Last year, Malaysia announced the discovery of 16 million tons of rare earth resources. But due to the lack of key processing technology, it has been unable to develop and export them on a large scale. This made Malaysia realize that if it wants to truly benefit from rare earth resources, it must increase its added value. Therefore, they set an ambitious goal to establish a complete rare earth supply chain. From resource mining to final product processing, the entire process must be completed in the country. When choosing a partner, Malaysia's eyes naturally fell on China, the global giant in the field of rare earths. However, before reaching an agreement on cooperation with China, the United States responded quickly, reminding Malaysia to carefully choose its partners, and even hinted that if Malaysia does not lean on the United States, it may face certain adverse effects. This makes people wonder, why did Malaysia choose to seek rare earth processing technology from China instead of the United States? More importantly, is China willing to share rare earth processing technology with Malaysia? If you like our video content, please click to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can receive all our latest video content. Now, let's get into today's topic. In fact, before 2019, Malaysia's rare earth reserves were only 30,000 tons, which can almost be regarded as a country with scarce rare earth resources. However, in June 2023, the situation changed dramatically. Malaysia announced that it has discovered 16.1 million tons of non-radioactive rare earth resources in 10 states including Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, and Malacca, making it the sixth country in the world in terms of rare earth reserves. The estimated value of these rare earth resources is as high as $210 billion, equivalent to 48% of Malaysia's GDP last year. Some experts pointed out that the rational development of these resources can not only bring economic benefits, but also create a large number of jobs and enhance Malaysia's position in the global rare earth industry chain. However, although rare earths are precious, the processing process is a complex and high-risk challenge. Rare earths contain 17 different elements, and each extraction method is different. Moreover, the damage to the environment during the mining process cannot be ignored. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, every ton of rare earths produced may produce 75 cubic meters of wastewater, 1 ton of radioactive materials, and up to 2,000 tons of toxic waste. Without advanced technology, these problems will pose a serious threat to the environment and health. Malaysia currently lacks mature mining and processing technology, which not only limits its rare earth development capabilities, but also causes it to only export unprocessed raw materials and cannot enjoy the high added value brought by processed products. In the international market, processed rare earth products are obviously more popular and naturally much more expensive. In order to increase the added value of rare earth resources, Malaysia hopes to establish a complete rare earth supply chain, from resource mining to final product processing. The entire process is completed in the country, and only high value-added products are exported in the end, such as high-end manufacturing materials such as supermagnets. To this end, Malaysia announced a complete ban on the export of rare earth ores in January this year. And their Prime Minister Anwar also made it clear that the purpose of this ban is to ensure that rare earth resources can bring the greatest economic returns to the country. By developing the downstream industrial chain, this will enable Malaysia's economy to increase by 0.5% by 2025 and create about 7,000 new jobs. But from this perspective, if Malaysia does not have sufficient rare earth processing technology, this grand plan will be difficult to achieve. Therefore, Malaysia has been actively attracting foreign investment, hoping that investors can build rare earth processing and manufacturing plants in the country to achieve deep processing and value added in the country. It was not until April 2024 that Malaysia's Minister of Innovation made a special visit to China and formally proposed to introduce China's rare earth processing technology. But things are not that simple. Because as early as December last year, China's Ministry of Commerce issued the catalog of technologies prohibited and restricted from export in China, which clearly stipulates that rare earth refining, processing, and utilization technology is a prohibited export item. This ban covers the extraction and separation process of rare earths, the production technology of rare earth metals and alloy materials, and the preparation technology of key materials including samarium cobalt and neodymium iron boron magnets. This means that Malaysia's application for cooperation is actually seeking an exception from China to allow the export of this strictly restricted rare earth processing technology. China has not yet given a clear response to Malaysia's request. Malaysia said it plans to go to China again in 2025 to continue to strive for an exemption from the technology export ban. So why does Malaysia insist on introducing rare earth processing technology from China? Globally, China is undoubtedly one of the giants in the field of rare earth resources. According to the latest report from the United States Geological Survey, China's rare earth production reached 240,000 tons in 2023, accounting for 2/3 of global production. This number is more than 5 times that of the United States, which ranks second. Of course, China's rare earth reserves are equally impressive, reaching 44 million tons, accounting for 40% of the world's proven reserves. Moreover, about 90% of the world's rare earth processing capacity is also concentrated in China, which further consolidates China's position in the rare earth supply chain. As of 2018, China's total number of patents in the field of rare earths has exceeded 23,000, far ahead of the United States' 12,000. Since the 21st century, the number of new rare earth patents issued by China every year has even exceeded the sum of other countries in the world. In addition to its quantitative dominance, China also has significant technological advantages in rare earth refining processes. At present, China's technical system can not only efficiently separate various rare earth elements, but also reduce environmental pollution as much as possible in the process. It is this technological advantage that allows China to occupy the position of a major supplier in the global rare earth market. In terms of environmental protection, China has developed electric drive mining technology for weathered crust rare earth ores. This technology not only improves the mining efficiency of rare earth ores, but also effectively reduces damage to the environment and promotes green and sustainable rare earth development. It can be said that China has established a complete rare earth industry chain from mining, separation, refining to deep processing, mastered almost all key technologies, and is at least 15 years ahead of the United States. According to surveys, Malaysia's rare earth resources cover all 17 rare earth elements, and the only country in the world that can handle all rare earth elements is China. This means that if Malaysia chooses to cooperate with China, it will receive the most comprehensive and mature technical support. Therefore, for Malaysia, China is clearly the best partner to maximize the value of rare earths. It is worth noting that since the news that Malaysia sought China to provide rare earth processing technology came out, the United States has also taken quick action. As far as I know, the United States has issued a so-called threat theory to Malaysia, suggesting that Malaysia should be extra cautious in choosing partners, especially considering international relations and standing-in-line issues. Obviously, in the current context of China-US competition, rare earth supply has become an important node in this game, and the United States is also working hard to build its own rare earth industry chain globally, trying to weaken China's dominance in this field. For Malaysia, if it continues to seek rare earth technology support from China, it may face diplomatic and economic pressure from the United States. Faced with this situation, Malaysia has to face this reality. Although most advanced rare earth processing technologies are currently in the hands of China due to restrictive measures in certain countries, Malaysia is worried that if it relies too much on Chinese technology, its rare earth products may encounter trade barriers or additional restrictions when they are exported. Despite these concerns, Malaysia is still actively trying to persuade the United States and its allies to ease their suppression of China. At the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit this year, Malaysia made it clear that although it maintains friendly relations with the United States, European countries, and Australia, these countries should not hinder it from establishing close cooperation with China, an important neighbor. Malaysia also emphasized that if the United States or its allies have sufficient technical capabilities to help it develop and process rare earth resources, it is also willing to consider cooperation with these countries, not just China. However, the technical threshold of the rare earth processing industry is very high. It requires not only advanced refining technology, but also a complete industrial system and infrastructure as support. Both mining and subsequent deep processing require a lot of upfront investment, and these investments may not necessarily bring the expected economic returns. For this reason, the United States and other Western countries are trying to reduce their dependence on China's rare earth supply, but it is not easy to make a breakthrough in the short term. In my opinion, although Malaysia's position on the development of the rare earth industry is quite firm, the key to whether it can really promote this plan lies in whether China is willing to export rare earth processing technology to it. Although more and more countries are beginning to realize the importance of rare earth development and export, China still has absolute advantages and voice in processing technology. If China and Malaysia cooperate in the field of rare earth processing, it will inevitably attract the attention and even interference of the United States. The United States is likely to try to win over or pressure Malaysia through various means, and even take advantage of possible changes in the Malaysian government in the future to try to profit from it, and even obtain China's rare earth technology. China previously banned the export of rare earth-related technologies in order to maintain its strategic advantage in the global rare earth supply chain competition and prevent Western companies from catching up. Therefore, there is indeed a certain risk in transferring technology to Malaysia. However, this does not mean that there is no room for cooperation between China and Malaysia. In fact, there is still great possibility for cooperation between the two sides in the field of rare earths. Considering the above-mentioned technical security issues, China may not directly export restricted rare earth processing technology to Malaysia, but it can achieve a win-win situation by cooperating to build a processing plant. Under this framework, China can choose to invest in the construction of a rare earth processing plant in Malaysia, adopting the form of technology export plus output control. This will not only promote the development of Malaysia's rare earth industry, but also ensure China's control over the flow of technology. So, do you think China will eventually choose to cooperate with Malaysia? To not miss out on our future projects and news updates, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We will continue to provide you with more exciting and interesting content.